Hey everybody, Aaron Blaise here, and I'm really excited to share with you a very special upcoming live stream that I'm going to be doing with my good friend here, Ronnie Williford, who many of you might know from creatureartteacher.com. Ronnie and I have been friends for years and years. We worked together for a long time. And like I said, on March 31st, Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be doing a very special live stream covering the life and work of Ronnie's brother, Hollis Williford. They've just come out with a brand new book covering his work, and I thought maybe I'd let Ronnie talk about it a little bit.
Well, yeah, I have a lot of students who contact me and ask about, where did you go to school? Where did you learn to be an artist? How did you develop your style and your skills? And truthfully, it kind of all comes from this guy, my brother. He and I were 20 years apart in age. And so when I was growing up, he was already working as an artist. And I sort of, all the things that I learned about being an artist, everything all started with him. And so that's kind of where my career begins.
Yeah, I remember back in the early days at Disney when we all met and talking to them, because everybody said, what school did you go to? What school did you go to? And I remember asking you specifically where you went, and you said, well, I didn't really go to school, but I have this brother, Hollis.
Yeah.
And just all the way you always talked about your brother was always inspiring, and I could always see the love and respect and admiration that you had for him. And then when you brought him into the studio, when he came in and did a workshop with us and painted with everybody, and we all finally got to meet Hollis, man, what an amazing guy.
Yeah.
And I can definitely see where you get who you are from him.
Hollis's studio was one of those places where artists came to congregate. It was not uncommon to come to his studio and see other artists that people aspire to, like Ben Schmiel, Kang Cho, Ned Jacob, Skip Whitcomb. These were all friends of my brother's.
And all great Western artists that I know of, that I've known for years.
I learned from all of those people.
Yeah.
Just being in the studio is such an inspirational place.
I was going to say, one of the things I love about this book is that it covers not just his work, but it covers his life and everything around his life. There's a chapter on you. And how you and him, the relationship between the two of you and your father and all of this, which is really, really cool and gives so much insight into who you guys are and who your brother was as an artist. I want to mention, you can order Hollis Williford's book now at holliswilliford.com. It's actually called Hollis Williford, The Crossing at the River. It's a beautiful, beautiful book. This is quite literally one of the best art books I've ever seen. And I'm not saying that just to promote our live stream. It really is one of the most beautiful art books. And having seen his originals, not all of them obviously, but having seen Hollis's originals and seeing the reproductions are so accurate. They're so beautiful. It really is a great book. But like I said, it's going to be March 31st, Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're also going to have Eric Grant there.
Yeah, he's the writer of the book and spent many, many years putting this together. Probably longer than most people spend putting together a book. It was a real labor of love for him, and the result is just miraculous. I'm really proud of Eric and his effort with him and his team. They've done an amazing job. Yeah.
This is a great way to honor your brother's legacy. It really sums up, his career and his life and his love for you and your family, and it's really a beautiful book. And so we're really excited on March 31st at 1 p.m. Eastern time to live stream and share this book with you guys. So there might be a lot of people out there that don't know your brother's work, Hollis Williford. And so can you kind of just give a little summary of what he's done and what he's known for?
Yeah. Primarily, his subject matter revolved around Western art, sort of that genre. At least that's how it kind of started. Anyone who's ever been to the National Cowboy Hall of Fame in Oklahoma City, the Heritage Center there, there's a a giant sculpture out front called Welcome Sundown that kind of welcomes you into the museum there. That's Hollis's.
Yeah, the
piece
big
there.
cowboy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's done an awful lot of civic type work, where you'll see his sculptures out in front of libraries and different places, sort of public places.
Yeah.
So there's that work. But
He was a painter too, a great
oh,
painter.
he was a monster painter, and he was painting in oil and watercolor. He worked in pastel and
Charcoal and
was a
pencil.
monster
Yeah.
draftsman. And actually, the drawings, as an artist, like his drawings are my favorite part of the book.
Well, that's one of the things I love about the book is that they're covering sculpture and oil painting, like you said, watercolor painting, but also all of these beautiful drawings, finished drawings, but also the things that we love as artists are these little thumbnails and ideas for paintings where you can see the thought process.
Well, the book will take you all the way back to inspiration for pieces. Because he's an outdoorsman and because he spent time hunting and fishing, those things found their way into his work.
Yeah.
And he just covered a huge spectrum of genres, as one does in your lifespan as an artist.
Yeah.
And his, when he got to the end of his life, he was primarily teaching.
Yeah.
He was trying to pass along the knowledge to other young artists and kind of get them excited and get them ready to start their own careers.
Yeah.
And their own work. Young artists were one of his favorite things in the whole world.
So if you want a copy of the book, just go to holliswilliford.com. They're shipping now, and you can get your own copy. March 31st, it's going to be Ronnie, myself, and Eric Grant, the publisher and writer of the book. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be doing a live stream and have no idea how long it's going to be. We're just going to do it till we're done and promote this book right here, Hollis Williford, The Crossing at the River. Be there. It's going to be great. We're going to try putting some beauty back into the world, and we'll talk to you next time. Thanks.